When I was a kid, I used to love the beach. My dad would take my cousins and I to Orchard Beach, and it was always a blast every single time. And at this particular beach, horseshoe crabs would wash ashore all the time. And I don't know if you know this about horseshoe crabs, but they're shaped like horseshoes. They're that's pretty sick. But that love would eventually end when I watched this movie. In this movie, Davy Jones is the main villain, and one of the things that he can do is control the ocean. And you know what else he can control in the ocean? The fucking Kraken. And that's when I realized, oceans suck. Oceans are insanely huge for absolutely no reason, and it feels like it's never ending. In fact, and get ready for this one because this is going to blow your socks off, only 5% of the ocean has been explored. And if my math is correct, that means 95% is still unexplored. The ocean is pretty much space if space was wet. Jokes aside though, I'm not here to make you fear the big dark abyss as much as I do, but I did make an observation. We as humans were never this scared of the ocean. Everybody knows that in the good old days before planes, the ocean is what we used to travel around the globe. It wasn't as cool as this though, it just wasn't. I mean, that would have been sick if it was though. So, hell, you had people like this piece of shit seeing things like mermaids out in the ocean, and they still had the balls to go out in the ocean. Although he didn't actually see mermaids, they were more than likely manatees, but still, they thought it was mermaids. So why are we so scared now? Well, I have a theory, and it's the only one that makes sense to me. In 1975, a little movie was released by the name of Jaws. Now, if you have no idea what this movie is, somehow, then just know that it's about a killer shark and it fucks everyone up. That's all you gotta know. It also does have this very recognizable theme song that I'm sure you have heard of at some point in your life. Anyway, this movie has spooked the living hell out of anyone who's seen it. It really displays how vast this body of water is and how easily something as big as a shark can sneak up on you. According to the study, 43% of people who saw Jaws would develop a fear of the ocean. Now, let's assume that this is the same percentage of the people that saw Jaws on original release. According to SharkSpeak, 67 million people bought tickets to watch this movie. And if I did the math right, and by that I mean if Google did the math right, then 43% of 67 million is 29 million people. That is 29 million people now scared of the ocean. And more than likely, that fear is involuntarily taught to the younger ones. And due to the fact that this movie is still being watched by newer generations, that's just more people being scared of the ocean. Despite this movie being a complete masterpiece, it has traumatized so many people. And it's not just this movie. Like I said before, Pirates of the Caribbean is what did it for me. There's just something about this huge ass creature attacking a big ass ship with so much ease. Like, this dude is just able to hide in the water? How is that even possible, dude? How is that even possible? That makes no sense. That is a huge ass creature. There was another movie called Underwater, which takes place entirely on land. I'm lying. I'm sorry. I'm a liar. What can I say? You can't trust a single word that I say, you know. Spoilers here. Towards the end of this movie, Kristen Stewart is trying to escape from under the water. As she does, though, fucking Cthulhu makes an appearance, and he is humongous. Just absolutely extraordinarily huge. It's repulsive. It makes you want to throw up. You know what? In fact, I threw up watching this movie. Watching the ending of this movie. I actually didn't watch the movie. Guys, I'm just giving examples here. Shut up, see? You can't trust me. I did watch Jaws and Pirates of the Caribbean though. So I was telling the truth about that. So you can trust me on that one. Think of the biggest thing that you can think of, times that by 4, and then put it under the ocean where its head doesn't even pop out of the water yet. That's how big the ocean is, dude. It's just so scary, man. It makes no sense, dude. It makes no sense. Like the fact, not that Cthulhu exists, but the ocean is big enough to hide something as big as him. That's all I'm saying. Back to Pirates of the Caribbean, actually, with this cool ass mermaid scene. First things first, though, and by that I mean this is the only thing I want to talk about. Who in the hell would be seduced by a mermaid? You're gonna tell me you'd be seduced by this? These must be some horny ass pirates, because I know if I saw a fish slash human hybrid swimming towards me out in open water, and matter of fact, a bunch of them, oh my god, I am ensuring they stay sleeping with the fishes, bro. With my Glock. Meg is another one. I know that movie was bad, but boy, that shark was aggressively huge. Like, who hurt you that your genetics decided to grow that big? What's worse is that this thing used to exist. Oh my god, dude, this world makes no sense, dude. How did any of this even happen? We had no chance. Dude, you had these things walking around, you had these things in the ocean. Like, what the hell was Earth back then, bro? Oh my god. Luckily for us, the Megalodon will go extinct 2.6 million years ago. The Megalodon in this movie actually lives at the very bottom of the ocean, in the deep dark abyss section. These people disturb it, and that's what allows the Megalodon to go up to the surface and cause some motherfucking mayhem. But I want to stick to the bottom of the ocean part here for a second. It is dark as hell down there. You would think that with water being translucent that the light would shine all the way through, but no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works, man. You see, when light penetrates water, it eventually reaches a point where the water essentially absorbs the light. That's why it's so dark at the bottom. Now, I'm gonna be real with you guys here. I believe that is the explanation, but if you're smarter than I am, which I'm sure a lot of you are, just correct me in the comments below. This is a problem though, because we have no idea what creatures are lurking in there. Now, I don't know if a Megalodon would still be living here. I mean, it went extinct for a very particular reason, but maybe something huge or even bigger than a whale is in there. I mean, only 5% has been explored, you know. It's a possibility. What's even crazier though is that due to the lack of light, there's a lot of sea life in those dark parts that essentially turn into monster looking things. You ever watch Finding Nemo? Remember the part where they go into the dark abyss and then they have to run away from this big ugly fish looking thing? That's a real fish. That's a real fish that exists. It's called an anglerfish, and it's honestly one of the ugliest things I have ever seen. But it's not as big as it's portrayed in Finding Nemo. In fact, it's pretty small. And here are some examples of how the dark affects the sea life there. I am kind of upset that movies have ruined my perception of the ocean, but at the end of the day, that's a me problem. Because these movies are not only masterpieces, but they're also fiction. All I'm saying is that these movies do way too good of a job at what they're trying to achieve. With that, those of you who are really into cruises, be careful. Apparently sharks like to follow those ships. And that's scary as hell. Oh my god. Oh, that's horrifying. All the food and drinks must be nice though. So I guess pros and cons, am I right? Yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I'm also new to this kind of style, so bear with me as I figure it out. And in the comments below, leave what movie made you scared of the ocean. And lastly, make sure to check out my main channel where I post all of my bigger projects. Alright, bye uglies. See ya. Bye. Bye-bye now. You can leave. See you in the next one.